Yeah, I've been busy working on my some projects and shit. I know Jill Scott's about to drop a new album. I think next week or the week after.
Oh yeah, I'm hyped for that one. About time.
I didn't. I was like, this is the first in over a decade. I was like, I forgot that album came out like early 2010s. Shit.
Right,
Wow, it's 2026 right now. Like 2016 was 10 years ago. That's wild.
right. Yeah, and she got some heavy hitters on that album, so they better promote the shit out of that. It's about time she get her respect.
Yeah, like I don't know why. It's like a lot of R&B is not getting promoted.
Yeah, it's all bullshit like R&B that's getting promoted. I'm like, where's the real singers? Don't talk to me about no Maya. You don't fuck about what Maya dropped.
Oh yeah, Maya's dropping a new album too. I forgot.
I ain't listening. That bitch can't sing.
Hell, even Marsha Ambrosia's album didn't really get promoted like
Yeah,
that.
it didn't get promoted. Like, where's the real R&B?
How I do like Summer Walker new album.
I ain't hear
Actually,
your boy said he can't join. We didn't want you on here anyway, so
who?
you're not missing anything. Your boy Sideways 8 said he can't join. You can't. You promised him a spot on the podcast.
Oh,
I don't know who invited you. You wasn't welcome. I'm just telling you now.
yeah. Just send me a donation whenever you can. Sideways, huh? Question:
Mm.
Did you have you ever seen that movie Anaconda? Right? You said
What's
what?
the movie? What's the movie?
Anaconda.
The original one.
Yeah, I believe I saw the original one for the first time a couple of days ago. I might see that Jack Black version because it's not technically a reboot. It's like them trying to do their own Anaconda, if that
That should
makes
look
sense.
stupid. I don't even want to see that. That should look dumb. I'm
I
like,
saw
why did y'all like fuck up that movie? Like, for what?
the trailer looks funny. It's not like I said. It's not a reboot. It's just paying
Right.
homage to.
That should look stupid.
Which, but yeah, the only movie I want to see so far is that Michael Jackson movie. That's the only movie.
Yeah.
Hmm. Are we still on for Wednesday, right?
Oh yeah. I just spoke to Unc and to who else? I spoke to Ant. I don't know if he's gonna join us. But I told him it's Wednesday.
Yeah, he's going to join us. I talked
Yeah.
to him
But
because he thought it was. I think he thought it was Friday because he talking about. Are you ready
I
for
I
the?
know, but I wanted to give people time, so that some of these motherfuckers might not remember the albums from that year. So I'm like, yo, let's give people time so that they can brush up on, those albums that's gonna be there. So I'm like, yo, I'm ready. We could do that shit
Yeah,
tonight. I'm ready.
yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
I know I threw in some ones that might not be the majority classic, but might be under the
Right.
radar because
Nah, but that's good because we're gonna have the big names. We're gonna have the underrated, the ones that went under the radar, all that shit. So
yeah.
that's gonna be great. We're just gonna celebrate the whole year though.
By the way, did you also see the matchup of the compilations I put in there too?
Nah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Okay,
I didn't
I
see that.
we'll talk about
All
it.
right.
I don't want to reveal too much on the live right now. But I do need your advice on something after we get off and shit like that.
Okay.
All right, I'm about to start in about 3 more minutes. Let me just send a few more people the link. But yeah, it's like I don't know what's going on. It's like everybody's getting so fucking sick right
Uh,
now and shit.
yeah,
And
it's
now
like a flu variant going around. They said.
right, and now it's like the weather this week is gonna be like in the 50s and 60s
Yeah,
and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I know I wasn't trying to get sick. That's why I was like, yo, and I had to stay away from some people. You know.
Yeah, man. I had a like I'm not sick, but once I have a symptom, once I realize I've been around sick people and my eyes start acting weird, I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, let me. I just took some Robitussin. I'm feeling much better now, but
Yeah.
still, I'm not sick. I'm just taking precaution.
That
And my thing is this: if you're fucking sick, stay your ass home.
exactly. Stay home. I come out.
Don't just don't just come out because yeah, you're gonna make everybody else fucking sick. I hate motherfuckers like that.
I definitely trying to get sick. So.
Like that, coughing all that bullshit. Like, shut the fuck up.
Uh,
Ugh. All right, let's
yep.
start this shit. I gotta get ready for work soon.
Yeah.
What's up, motherfuckers? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to building with me. How you doing, Try?
Chilling, chilling.
Happy New Year. First official video of the new year and stuff like that. Hope everyone had a wonderful holidays. Hope everyone had a wonderful Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever the fuck y'all celebrate. Hope y'all not watching me from prison after what y'all did New Year's Eve and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because there are some motherfuckers that will do some stupid shit on New Year's Eve. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do the top 20 rap albums of 2025. Already 2026 right now and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This has been a very, very, very great year in hip hop and everything. We had the Legend Has It series. We've had a lot of young cats dropping lyrical gems. We had certain acts that have not dropped albums in years coming out. I mean, there was some trash this year too. There was some trash, but compared to like 2024 and 2023, this year has been so much better and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But actually, 2024 is actually a good year in hip hop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, man. So we're gonna do our top 20. We're gonna announce like five at a time and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. You know what? I'm not even gonna. Yeah, yeah. We can do five at a time and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. So 22. I needed a I needed a placement and everything like that too for this album. And I would if you guys saw the review we did, I was not really a big fan of this album when it came out. And now it's kind of growing on me a little bit, but I'm just like, uh. It is Slick Rick with the Victory album from earlier this year and shit like that. Now this was like one of the albums that came out from the whole Legend Has It series and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? This was like his first album since The Art of Storytelling from 1999. Um, it's like with this album, it's just like it was okay, but it was like some of the production I wasn't really too keen on. 'Cause I know it was a visual album too, and I know I still have not watched the movie footage. I'm gonna watch it like one day, but I've not really been in a rush to watch it. But it's good hearing Slick Rick do music again. I am grateful about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hate and everything. It's good hearing Slick Rick doing music again. Landlord is still my favorite joint, and ironically, that was one of the joints he actually produced solely on that album.
Yeah.
Document Nas was dope. Pretty much the second half of the album was what really got my attention and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man. So that's actually my number 20. My number 19. This is an album that I was kind of debating on actually putting on this list because part of me don't really feel like it's a true hip hop album, and stuff like that. It's more alternative, but the motherfucker was still rapping on it. And if you guys know about this artist's ladder work and everything like that too, you will know why I put this here. It is Tyler, the creator, with "Don't Tap the Glass." This album came out July  21st, 2015. You know what I'm saying? This came out 1 year after Chromacopia, which I feel like that's a very dope album in my opinion and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is one that I had to let it grow on me and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was more funky, dancey, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like joints like Ring 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 and stuff like that. Was a dope track. Dope usage of that Ray Parker Jr. and radio sample. Big Poe was pretty dope. Don't You Worry Baby with Madison McFerrin was pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this whole album was very, very, very experimental, experimental for the most part and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Must have in your collection. My number 18. Now we're gonna get into some of the good shit. You know what I'm saying? The album that I personally feel deserves to be on this list. And number 18 is from a West Coast veteran, one of my all-time favorite rappers of all time, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? When this album came out, it was very much a surprise, but at the same time, he still slapped. It's Ice Cube with the Man Up album. Excuse me. Yeah, this album came out September as well too. This came out like 1 year after the whole Man Down album, which I feel like Man Down was such a banging ass album. Such a banging ass album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this one kind of continued off where Man Down left off and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the song "Act My Age" with Scarface. It's nice hearing Face rapping and shit. California Dreaming. It's My Ego. Before hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Ice Cube has been putting out some good ass work lately, and I'm not mad about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my number 18. My computer wants to be slow right now. Perfect. Okay. All right. And my number 17. This is an album I just heard like maybe before this video and stuff like that too. Because like I said, I was trying to catch up on some albums that came out. Now, when this guy came out with his first album years ago and stuff like that, I definitely liked it. It was definitely a bit more. I admit when I first heard it, it was a bit more depressing and shit like that too. But he hooked up with one of my favorite producers, and this is Saba and No ID
Remember that?
with the. You heard this one?
I remember seeing it on it came out.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, man. I'm not like the biggest Saba fan though. He's good. He's good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I heard that "Care for Me" joint. I was just so depressed by it because maybe I was going through some shit in my life at that time, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a bit too much for me. But I'm gonna definitely go back and re-listen to it at one point. But you guys know I'm a huge fan of like No ID and everything like that too. You know, ever since the days of like him doing stuff with like what's his name, Common and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Common Sense. Stuff he did with Kanye, the whole good music and shit like that too. I feel like in the past decade, he kind of had like a resurgence, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Very dope jazz, hip hop, and everything. I love songs like "Every Painting Has a Price." Crash was pretty dope. Head Rap, I like that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to talk about this album at one point, but I really want to get my hands on this album if I can. If not, I'm still going to talk about it regardless and everything. But yeah. And the last album that I definitely want to talk about, number 16, is Billy Woods with Gollywog and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Again, another album that I listened to before this fucking video and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Billy Woods, I'm not like the biggest fan of him like that. He can spit though. Don't get me wrong though. This is actually his ninth solo album. His ninth solo album and shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know, he does that horrorcore shit, you know what I'm saying? Very dope record. I love songs like Corinthians, All These Worlds Are Yours, Cold Sweat, Star 87. You know what I'm saying? Definitely very experimental, kind of raw and everything like that to that traditional. Oh, I didn't even show y'all the album cover. That traditional underground hip hop, which I fucking love. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 20 to 16. And I'm going to let Try take it over.
Boy, right off the bat, this is gonna be different, man. I wasn't expecting this. My number 20 is gonna be JID. God Do Like Ugly. A
Dope.
great album from JID. Definitely enjoyed this one. He had a shitload of producers on here. You know, you had Childish Major, Lex Luger, Beatnik D. A lot of different features. Westside Gun is on the first track. You Ugly. Glory was fire. The Community joint was my favorite with Clips. They have a video for that. Killed it. I think Malice had the best verse on Community. You have VCRs with Vince Staples. That was a fire track. The Skate joint with Eartha Gang and Sierra. That was more like an Atlanta like skating track. You know what I'm saying? And then Sierra was just singing. She's mentioning different parts in Atlanta. And you had the Wholeheartedly joint with Ty Dolla $ign and 6LACK. For Keeps, that was fire. The bonus track he had called Sun actually features J. Cole on like background vocals, but that's only on like the digital version of the album. So for whatever reason they didn't put it on the physical copy. But I love the production. It definitely, when you hear it, it sounds. I feel like JID could have been part of the Dungeon family. Like he has that Atlanta sound,
Ooh, yes.
and I hear more Dungeon family from him than Future. I don't hear nothing from Future
I
that's
agree.
reminiscent of Dungeon family. Yeah, and the thing is, Future was around them niggas when he was young. I don't hear nothing from Future's music that sound like Dungeon family. But JID definitely would have fit in with that crew. And when you hear that album, it sounds like Stankonia. It sounds like Aquemini. Love the production. He got bars. And this was a pleasant surprise. Like this is the type of album that people are not speaking about. And I got to give JID his props. Like this was a great album. So I got that at number 20. A lot of surprises on this list. Number 19, I got Conway. God, You Can't Kill God with Bullets, one of his best albums. I just heard it. It's definitely fire. But I don't expect nothing different from Conway. He did his thing on this album, and he was definitely throwing shots at Westside Gun and Benny on this album. And we know why. We heard rumors about Conway and Benny getting into it and Westside, and he was definitely throwing shots at them on here. And you got joints like BMG, The Black Man Is God. That was a single. That was fire. We got Hell Let Loose. That should be a single with DJ Who Kid and Tony Ayo. Tony Ayo's talking shit on the track in the background, but it sounds like a G Unit song. That was fire. That was done by Conductor Williams. Definitely showed out on this album and for the whole year. That was a banging track. You got The Painter, produced by Derringer, fire. The New Devil's joint with G Herbo, fire track. Otis Driftwood, Mahogany Walls. He got a song about a chick called Attached with Lady London and some dude named Kendricks. But that was fire. But the whole album is one of Conway's best. He was real personal on this album. Production is great. And I don't expect nothing different from Conway. He's always brung like the best out of results. So that was another great album. Number 18, another surprise, and I wasn't expecting this. I've been saying all year, this is where this artist is at now in his life. This is the shit that I want to hear from him. Memphis Bleek, Apartment 3D. Yes, Memphis Bleek.
Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Memphis Bleek on a year-end rap list. I didn't expect it either because he's been dropping. You know how I feel about Bleek. He's always been crap on Rockefeller. He's always been the one that needed Jay's assistance or whatever. but he showed out on last year on Apartment 3D. Um, from the moment it came out, I was like, yo, like this album is fire. I fuck with Bleak. You know, I like, he talked about, when he was younger and how when Jay used to take them overseas and he just wanted to stay in the hotel and smoke and eat burgers all day and he regret that now. But I like where Bleak is at in his life now and he's mature. He sounds mature. He definitely killed on this album, and we go through like some of the tracks on here that I liked. But yeah, he definitely killed it. The production sounds, it's reminiscent of Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Like it has that Rockefeller sound on here.
Yeah.
And when you got joints like Still Rock and You Should Know and Do-Rag Bleak. We always talk about Do-Rag Bleak. Do-Rag Bleak, that was like a paying homage to like his younger self. He got a joint called Three Kings with Benny the Butcher and Smoke Dizzle that was fire. And I loved it. I think it's definitely his best album in his discography. I don't think none of his other shit is touching this one. Salute to Bleak on that. Another surprise. This list is gonna be full of surprises, yo. Another surprise, but and this is why I wanted to like do this shit now, because I know there was like a couple albums I didn't hear. I'm like, well, let me listen to this shit and see if it's really good. And this is one of those albums. And the same way I gave Bleak his props, I got to give Wale his props for his new album. Everything is a Lot. One of his best albums, easily. The production was great. The songs. Wale is in his bag when he's talking about love and relationships. That's his lane. When he's in his bag when he's rapping about that, or when he's rapping about being a celebrity and the limelight. Any other thing than that, he falls off. But when he's in his bag, when he talks about love and relationships, that's his bag. And I love this project. And I was saying a lot about it, and people was telling me like, "Yo, you gotta listen to that Wale album. It's fire." And you know how I feel about Wale already.
Me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yo, let me listen to the album and see if it's good." And I loved it. Definitely one of the best albums of the year. Um, he has he didn't have a lot of features, which is good. But I love the joint with Leon Thomas, Watching Us. That's an R&B joint. Was fire. He had a joint called Michael Fredo where he talked about there's too many Fredo niggas trying to be Michael. That's a reference from The Godfather. That was fire. Blanco, that's another single. That was fire. Um, what else he had that I liked on here? The City on Fire. That was like he has like maybe two joints that was like Afro beat sounding tracks, but he is African, so I do understand you got to incorporate your heritage in your music, and he did that on that track. He got a song with Andre Day called Like I, that was fire. The joint with Ty Dolla $ign, Survive, that was fire. The last track with Shabuzi, it's called Lonely. It has like a country sound to it, but it's not too country. But he killed that only. Like I definitely would like to see a video for that with him and Shabuzi. But like I said, like I haven't been a fan of Wale shit since maybe More About Nothing. His early shit was great, and then he just fell the fuck off with all that other shit he was doing. But this is his comeback album. I think it's one of his best albums, right up there with Attention Deficit and Ambition and More About Nothing. And I gotta salute Wale. Like again, like I was surprised by some of these albums especially by some of these artists that's been out for a long time, like Memphis Bleak, and Wale, and I feel like both of them definitely delivered last year with a solid album. So salute to Wale.
All right.
We got okay, number 16. I got Eric Sermon, Dynamic Duos. a great album, and we heard about this album for like a couple years. He was trying to do this, and you know, it's basically a concept album with like almost every track has like a dynamic rap duo. You know, you have Red and Meth and Salt and Peppers on that, and I love the production. He has a song with PMD that was fire. They need to do a video for that as well. Um, the Test Me joint with EPMD was fire. You got Cypress on here with How Do You Know? You got Public Enemy. Public Enemy. Why we haven't gotten Chuck D on an Eric Sermon beat, I have no idea. But we got it finally. Public Enemy on How Long. That's a phenomenal track. You got Conway also on this album with the game called God Mode was fire. You know, Helter Skelter's on this album, the Dog Pound. I would have loved to see us track with Smith and Wesson. I do feel like they're one of the best rap duos ever that nobody mentions. But the whole album was fire. It's classic Eric Sermon production. You know, you're gonna get that the funky boom bap from him and the Parliament Funkadelic samples, and it was just a great album. And like I said, like Salt and Pepper was on the album. They had the track Back to the Party. That was actually the teaser for the album, like I think 2 years ago it came out. So that was the teaser single, and that's like the last track on the album. But a great Eric Sermon album. Definitely enjoyed it. Salute to Eric Sermon. All right, so that's
Dope.
my number 16.
Dope. All right. At least a good portion of his albums are already gonna be on my list way higher. Just letting y'all know.
Right,
Number 15. It's gonna be Boldy James with that token of appreciation joint. You know what I'm saying? I think we did do a review on this one. I think. Yeah, we did. Yeah. This one was pretty dope. He did this one with Chuck Strangers and shit like that. Yo, Boldy is putting in work after work after work. His worth ethic is crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking songs like UPS, Global Telling, Whale Fishing definitely give that vintage boom bap and stuff like that too. Excuse me. So yeah, I definitely fuck with this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? Bodie should definitely get some more love, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
But at the same time, I don't want him to do something with like a mainstream rapper and all of a sudden he started
Right,
doing this track. He goes to the he goes to a Wale one through
right,
pretty
facts.
much. Uh-huh. Next joint, excuse me, is my man Open Mike Eagle with that fucking Neighborhood Gods Unlimited album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is the rapper that I do like. I don't talk about him as much because I haven't really heard everything he's put out, but the stuff I did hear from him is definitely worth it and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Dope concept. It is pretty much his version of Little Brothers The Minstrel Show because the whole concept is like this cable network called Dark Comedy Television and everything like that too. And it goes to like during the Doom and stuff like that. I think the joint he did with Danger Mouse, if I'm not mistaken, which is a very dope album. I need to get my hands on that joint right there too to keep it a buck. But excuse me. Very very dope joint right here. Songs like fucking Relentless Hands and Feet, Michigan J Wonder, okay, but I'm the phone screen and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool. Yeah. Now my number 13 might be a controversial pick because I remember when I did a review. Well, when Try and I did a review and stuff like that. I wasn't. I liked the joint, but I didn't love it. And I know a lot of fans love this joint right here. I'm kind of like, but you know what? At the same time, too, there's a reason why I put this on here. Is Ghostface Killer Supreme Clientele 2. Now we all know this is not touching the classic album that came out 25 years ago. It's not. You know what I'm saying? And originally this album was supposed to have been. Oh, you got the album?
Yeah, I got it on tape also. I showed that to you.
Oh wow, oh I forgot. But originally it was also supposed to have been solely produced by Kanye, which thank God it thank God, especially the Kanye now. I'm just
I don't know, bro. Like the shit I'm hearing from Bully sounding fire. I don't
see
know.
that's how he tricks us because he'll play that shit and that shit won't even be on the album and shit. That's how he tricks us.
That's true. That's true.
He's gonna play that shit. That shit
Yeah,
won't even be on the fucking album.
yeah. I do agree with that. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't have my hopes up for nothing. I don't have my
Yo,
hopes.
stupid.
But from what I did hear, you are right. Some of them shits are fire. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But at the same time, too, it's just like and besides, I'm still not on the whole forgiving Kanye because the whole KKK
Right.
and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I'm still, you still a little weird for me right now and everything like
Right.
that. So you just stay over there. But back to Ghostface. Um, again, also part of the whole Legend has a series and stuff like that too. Blah. This one does have some joints. You know what I'm saying? I do like some joints like fucking what's that the Georgie Porgy joint was okay. I did like that one. Fourth Disciple was cool.
Yeah.
The breakbeats joint and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, I don't know. It's just like some of the some of the production, some of the production was kind of
Hmm.
and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell some joints they made years ago and everything. Because this album was recorded for years and years and years and everything. But I do like this album more than the album he came out with in 2024. That Set the Tone album, I did not care for that album one bit.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was
Yeah.
fire too.
Ah,
Wow. Okay.
his voice was it was. I felt like he had more energy here
Right.
than on that album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I love Ghostface. Ghost is one of my favorites and stuff like that. But I'm an honest fan.
Yeah. You got
I'm
to
an
be.
honest.
You got to be.
All right. Where we at? Number 12. Damn, I number 12 already. Shit. Okay. All right. It's Conway, where you can't kill God with bullets and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I've heard a lot of great things about this record right here too, and everything. This album came out literally like a couple of weeks ago. Kanye, I said Kanye, Conway being, in my opinion, the most lyrical best out the whole fucking Griselda clique and shit like that too. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. Some of the Griselda outputs in
Yeah.
the last couple of releases has been kind of hit
Hmm.
or miss and
Yep.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This one, Conway, I will give Conway this. He always is consistent
Yeah.
and shit. Cause I didn't care too much for Benny's recent project. That
I didn't like that at all.
yeah, it was yeah. Um, I I still didn't hear the new shit West Side. I still didn't hear
I
the new
like
shit West.
Hitler. What's that shit? Heels Have Eyes 2 was fire, and Part 3 was okay.
Yeah, a lot of people say good things about Part Three. I gotta check it out. But even West Side, he even had some duds. I kind of
Hmm.
had to like I said, I'm an honest fan and shit like that. I don't niggas say, oh, you don't know your hip hop. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Anyway, this one again was a breath of fresh air and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Songs like Diamonds and New Devil with G Herbo. I'm not even a big G Herbo fan though. That was slide and stuff. You like G Herbo?
I've heard of him. I haven't listened to none of his stuff, but he sounded good on like the different features I've heard him on.
Yeah, Crazy Avery. Excuse me, the Painter and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean Conway doing his thing and shit like that too. I'll definitely give him that. And my number 11, we got motherfucking Eric Sermon and the various artists with the dynamic duos. Now, this album, like Tron mentioned, was talked about for a good minute and stuff like that too. Because originally it was like an EPMD album that he announced, but then he said, you know what, I'm just gonna show love to all the duos in hip hop and everything like that too. Which I felt like that was definitely an original ass idea and
Yeah.
everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because the duos, some of my favorite hip hop artists are coming from duos and shit like that too.
Right.
And everybody was on their A game on this one and stuff like that too. I definitely gotta do a review on this one as well too. I love the joint with Dog Pound the City. Actually, I'm gonna be real. There's no weak joints on this fucking album. To be real with you, no fucking weak joints. My favorite joint is that Salt and Pepper joint at Back to the Party. Man, I'm telling you, if I have a next DJ gig, I'm gonna definitely play that shit. That shit right there will set the party off right and everything. And it just kind of makes me think, man, Salt and Pepper should drop another album and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
So,
I know
I
they're
know,
going
I know
to. I know
Salt
they're
got a
going.
new joint out.
You said what?
Salt got a new single out. So I don't know if she's dropping a solo album or what, but she got a new joint out.
Yeah, and I know they're going through that thing with the masters and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah.
which hopefully they get that shit straightened out. You know what I'm saying? Also, I do like the Sidewalk Executives joint with MOP.
That's dope.
Um, Conway. Speaking of Conway and the game with God mode. See, this is the game I fucking like. Not this whole I'm just going to say some shit because I'm bored and get
Right.
attention. Just stick to making music. Just stick to doing this shit. You'll be good. Stay off social media and shit like that. Because every time you say some stupid shit, you just make an ass out yourself and everything. So yeah, that dynamic duo. That's my number 11. All right, I'm gonna take it from here.
All right. Number yeah. Number 15, I got Ransom and Conductor Williams, Uncomfortable Truth. Phenomenal year Conductor Williams is having. This is a 8-track album. The first single was Boomaye, and you had like the Muhammad Ali imagery in the video, and that was fire. Bloodstains on Coliseum Floors, the second single, that was fire. Late Replies, where he's talking about, answering some of his text messages and purposely like replying to them late to, for some people that he felt like was being shady with them. That was another banger. The Human Animal, another banger. Flowers and Tombstones, and he's talking about, what would some of his family members say at his own funeral. That was banging. The last track, Trigger, and he's talking about trigger words that piss him off. And I just felt like the whole project from Conductor really is surprising me with his production and really stepping up his production game, and it was a solid album. Ransom got like 2 solid albums this year. You know what I'm saying? I love this one. This was a great album. My number 14, I got Joey Badass. Normally at the top. Definitely a banging album from Joey Badass. I enjoyed it. I've always been a Joey Badass fan from like the Pro Era days and mixtapes, 1999 and Summer Nights, and this was a banging album. You got production from Static Selector, Boy Wonder, Kirk Knight, Chuck Strangers, Dark Aura was a single that was fire. You got Westside Gun on Swank White, that was another banger, one of my favorites on here. You had Ready to Love, that was a joint with Ty Dolla $ign, produced by Hitmaker. BK's Finest featuring Rome Streets, Kai Cash and CJ Fly, Underwater, Speeding Through the Rain. Still was a single with an Absol and Rhapsody. Definitely one of the best Joey Badass albums. I wish it got more promotion. This came out like during the summertime, and after it came out, I didn't see no promotion for it after. You know what I'm saying? He only dropped 2 singles, but he needs to be on the tour promoting this album. You know what I'm saying? And this was definitely a slept on album for Joey Badass. Number 13, I got Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes. Definitely one of my. It's a good Raekwon album. I know there's people that don't like it. I definitely feel like it's a return to form for Raekwon. He didn't really try nothing too different. You know, he collaborated with a lot of his Wu members on here. You know, you got Bear Hill was a single. That was a dope single. Pomegranate featuring Inspector Deck and Carlton Fisk. You got Wild Corsikians with Westside Gun and Conway, Benny the Butcher. That was fire. 600 School. That was a single. That might be my favorite joint on here. That's that, and this was produced by Swiss Beats. And you know how much I feel like Swiss Beats done fell off like 25 years ago, but he managed to pull a rabbit out of his fucking hat and give Raekwon a good track for once, and that features Ghostface and Method Man. That was banging. The Heavies, another banger. The Omerta with Nas. Nas killed it. Love that track. You got Ghost on like a couple tracks. Get Out of Here was fire. You got Mac and Lobster. Mac and Lobster should be a single. That was the last track on the album. That's vintage Ray and Ghost on that song. I loved it. So this was definitely a banging album. It's not Cuban Link, but it's also not that other shit he was dropping. What was that shit he was dropping? The Fly International. It's not that shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this falls in between like Shaolin versus Wu Tang and
Yeah.
you know I thought it was a solid album. You know, not it's more grown up Ray. This is the problem. Like people don't want to see these artists grow up. They want to keep them in the 90s and feel like, oh well, they need to still be doing mafioso rap. He's not that. This man is like a grandfather now. Like he has to make grown rap, and they're making some of the best grown rap ever. And I thought it was a solid album. I saw Raekwon this summer. It was great. One of the best shows I've ever been to. Salute to Raekwon and Wu Tang Clan. And we got number 12, a new artist, and his name is Ruben Vincent. He did an album with Ninth Wonder called Welcome Home. Now, when I hear this
Ooh.
album, it definitely sounds like College Dropout. It sounds like he was influenced by College Dropout. Even the skits on here sounds like College Dropout. Like the little skits with him at school and then going back home, and he was definitely influenced by College Dropout. Um, I've been hearing a lot about this Ruben Vincent guy. He's dropped a couple singles. The production by Ninth Wonder is great. Ninth Wonder's still that GOAT. He's never fall off, in my opinion. He still got the beats. He still got the soulful samples. You got a couple collabs on here. You got God's Children with Absol was fire. Get Up, Get Down. Gotta Get It. You got Dre and Sydney featuring Raheem Devon and Sweater. That was a dope joint. You got Wale on this album on the track Get It Girl. He got joints with Raphael Sadiq. You got Heather Victoria on the album. I think it's if you grew up in the era of Kanye West when he was in his prime with College Dropout and Late Registration, you're gonna like this album. Very soulful. Ruben Vincent got bars, and I think he's gonna be one of those new artists to look out for. I got that. Number 11, another Ransom project that we reviewed early this year. Ransom and Dave East, The Final Call, phenomenal album. I definitely enjoyed it. The production was great. To me, and I said this in the review. I think Ransom stole the show lyrically on here. Dave East is a dope artist, but he's not better than Ransom. And Ransom showed that on this album on Audubon Ballroom, where they're talking about being like Malcolm X, and that you get like one perspective from Dave East and one from Ransom. Phenomenal song. You got By Any Means Necessary with Method Man, great song. Um, the Mosque, Blood and Water, Farewells, all the production actually fit their style of rhyming. They didn't have too many collabs on here, but a great collab album by Ransom and Davies. It's on you, yo. Top 10.
All right, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, top 10. Ain't playing no fucking games. All right, number 10. One art for future member to the other. I got the one, the only Earl motherfucking sweatshirt with that live life love. Now, I'm gonna be real. Earl never dropped a bad album, but I don't know, man. It's like, as far as favorites go, it's like every new album he came out with, it just gets better and better and better. Maybe it's just me because I'm just a Earl's fan and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this joint right here was pretty ill and everything. You know, songs like "Well Done," "Live," "Static," and everything that was pretty dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like strictly that soulful, psychedelic shit Earl's always known to do and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? That's my number 10. My number 9, I got Joey Badass with that "Lonely at the Top" album and everything. You know what I'm saying? Another rapper who I feel like definitely stays consistent. You know, Joey's definitely been doing his thing on the on the acting scene. You know, him playing unique on Power and everything like that too. Yo, March 7th is coming.
Mhm. Yep.
Have you been watching Force though?
I gotta catch up on that one. I'm still in my
Oh
Stranger Things mode, but I'm gonna definitely catch up on that.
man, fuck Stranger Things, nigga.
Man, dude, that's the
Fuck
best show on
Stranger
Netflix ever. What you mean, fuck Stranger Things, man?
I never got into that. I never got into that shit. I was like,
One of the
I don't
best
know.
shows ever.
I don't know, man. It's just I admit it's creative. Maybe I'm just missing something and stuff
Yeah,
like that. You know,
yeah.
maybe I'm
You
just
missing something.
I'm just like they play some Prince and Diana Ross songs and shit. What's the
Yeah,
point?
that's what kids that didn't grow up in that era. I mean, we know them. We got those albums. We know those artists. You know what I mean?
I feel you, but back to Joey and shit. Uh, I know I'm about to piss off so many people. Like, well, Stranger Things is the best show ever. What you talking
You,
about?
you,
Like,
you lost like 1,000 subs already. Look at that.
hey. All right. So Lonely at the Top is known for songs like Speeding Through the Rain, Lonely at the Top, title track, Super Flea, High Roller. Yeah, this track right here, this album right here was pretty dope and everything like that too. I don't know if I like it as much as 2000 though. I gotta re-listen to it a few more times and shit too, but I do admit like it's definitely one of the better albums. And then like you fucking mentioned, you gotta go with my man Raekwon with that Emperor's New Clothes album. Again, we still part of the whole Legend Has It series. This whole Legend Has It series and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Man, this album right here is fire. Another fire ass album and stuff like that. With all due respect to Ghost, this might be the best Who album of the year and shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. This album was known for fucking bangers like Wild Wild Cosecans and 600 School. If you got the Omega with Nas and stuff like that too. Nas's guest appearances this year should be studied. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 600 School. That might be one of Swiss Beats' best beats he's done in like how many years and shit.
It's
You know
been,
what I'm saying?
I can't even tell you the last time you had a good
Yeah.
beat. It's been a minute.
I feel you. All right, my number 7, my man Larry June, Two Chains, and Alchemist with that "Life Is Beautiful"
Mm.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was just talking to homie at this time and stuff like that. We were talking about how dope Larry June is and shit. You know what I'm saying? That riding music, that cruising. Like his music definitely reminds me of like some shit Currency will fucking do and stuff like that too. And he teamed up with two of the all time greats, Alchemist and Two Chains and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely need to get some Two Chains albums though.
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely gonna get some Two Chains. You know what I'm saying? Bad Choices, Colossal. The title track was dope too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope production. Fucking love it. And my number 6, I got JID with that God Don't Like Ugly album and everything. You know what I'm saying? again, another one of my favorites and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much holding Dreamville down right now. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He got the title from his phrase that his grandmother used and shit. You know, this album definitely has like a lot of high energy boom bap, a lot of dope producers and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a new album. You know, they had like 50,000 producers here and shit. VCRs, Vince Staples was dope. What We Are with Don Toliver was good. I like that one. My favorite track, Work, man. That's my joint right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that excuse me, that shit was fire and stuff like that too. Oh, I didn't even show y'all that album cover. But yeah, JID definitely
Oh yeah,
definitely needs some more love and
he,
shit. He's definitely
he
killing it.
definitely surprised me this year with that album.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's on you.
Numbers number 10, I got Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. Now I know when this album came out, we did a review on this. People expected this sequel to be like the first one from 2000. I do feel like it's a good sequel. I don't think it's a classic sequel. I think it's a good sequel. There's a lot of songs on this album that I could see him putting on the first one, and he even talked about going in his hard drive and picking out a lot of beats from like 17, 18 years ago for this album. Metaphysics is one of those beats. That's an old beat from 17 years ago. Rap Kingpin was fire. I like that joint. Georgie Porgy, Zoom, where he sampled the Commodore's Zoom track. He killed it. The Fourth Disciple track. That's another track that was from like 17 years ago. I think it's a good sequel. Not great, but I do feel like he did his thing. What the only thing that I hate that Ghostface did was do all these interviews and tell mention in the interview that a lot of these beats are old, and he just went through his hard drive and picked out older beats because it made him look like he didn't take the project seriously, and it's almost like he half-assed the project by not doing a lot of new songs and just going through the hard drive and picking out old beats. So a lot of those
Right.
beats were like already made from. He could have put those beats on any other album. You know what I'm saying? So it's not everything was like freshly made for this project, and it's a shame because he was promoting the hell out of doing Supreme Clientele 2 for how many years now? You know what I'm saying? Like when Ghost did Cuban Link 2, he did a lot of shit. Still a lot of shit that never even made the albums that he ended up putting on the Vatican mixtapes and Lost Jewels and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of that was done in his mindset for Cuban Link 2. And I don't think Ghost did that with this album. I think that was the downside of it. But I do feel like it's a dope album. And like I said, like when we did the Ghostface discography breakdown, this man has no whack albums in his discography. You know what I'm saying? None. Like he is the best Wu-Tang member with a flawless discography. It's not Method Man, it's not You God, it's not Deck, it's not Raekwon. Ghostface is the best member in Wu-Tang when it comes to projects, and I think it's a dope project. So salute to him. Number 9, I got Slick Rick, Victory. Now I know when we did the review, I shitted on this album. I do feel like visually, like when you look at the mini movie, it's better than when you actually hear the album because like when you see the movie, like the skits on the album actually make sense visually. You know what I'm saying? The one song that he don't have a video for is Landlord, and I don't understand that because that's the best song on the album. He has a video for every other song on here except for Landlord. But Landlord to me is the best song on there. I love that whole storytelling about him owning an apartment building in New York City and the tenants or complaining about the tenants, and that was a brilliant song, great track. I love Documents with him and Nas. That was fire. Another great adventure produced by Q-Tip, another banger. He actually has another song with produced by Q-Tip that's not on the album. So he has unreleased joints from this album that's not even on the album that they played in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So you're having my baby, Angelic Stress with Gigs, a fire Slick Rick album. I do feel like it's better visually though. I like the visuals for the album, but he's a legend and he came back with a solid project. Number 8 is for me another album that I shitted on when we did the review, and it's not their best album. It's good, but it did throw me off with the sound. Smith and Wesson Infinity. I like the album. I do feel like it's it sounded more R&B than anything else.
Yeah,
Like it's not like when I heard the all to me is a modern day classic. That's like their best album since The Shining. It's not the all, but it's I mean if that's the sound that they're going for moving forward, I understand that. But it had more of an R&B hip hop soul sound to it that kind of threw me off, and I wasn't expecting that, especially when you look at the track list and then I see Ralph Tresvant from New Edition on the Smith and Wesson track, which is crazy.
but they were dissing Bad Boy for that back in the day. And look at them
Huh?
now. They were dissing Biggie for that, right?
Yeah, but I mean the diehard boot camp Smith and Wesson fan, they want to hear Bucktown, they want to hear Black Trump. You know what I'm saying? They don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like you, when I'm looking at this, and it's a lot of like singing hooks on this album, and they've never done that before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck is all this R&B shit on here? You know what I mean? So that shit kind of threw me off. But when you hear the album, they all joints on here. Black Eminence or Prodigy was fire. Medina, I actually saw them perform Medina live this summer, last summer with Pharoah Monch. They killed it. Fire track. Um, you got Enjoy Your Life. Like I said, the Drunk Shine with Ralph Tresvant, that was banging. You got Conway the Machine on here, on Just Stay. Sean Price on Heard About Me. It's a banging album. It's just that the sound when I first heard it just threw me off because I was like, they're not used to doing a lot of R&B shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at their work, they only did like one R&B remix with Mary J. Blige. They haven't done anything else with a whole bunch of R&B artists. So I didn't understand where the R&B sound was coming from. It's very different from the all. You know what I'm saying? But they, like I said, they all older. I don't expect them to be talking about Bucktown all the time, but it's a banging album. You know what I'm saying? So salute to me, Smith and Wesson. Um, Number 7, I got 2 Chains, Larry June, and Alchemist. Life is Beautiful. Alchemist is the best producer of last year. He should be nominated for a Grammy. It's definitely not Pharrell. Pharrell did one fucking album, and all of a sudden everybody's praising him for producer of the year. You did one fucking album for Clips. That's all you did. And I love the Neptunes, but he should not be nominated for producer of the year. It's definitely Alchemist over him. This man has done Alfredo 2. He was on the Mobb Deep album and did joints on that. He did Life is Beautiful. He got an album with Erykah Badu coming out. You got an album with Mos Def coming out. You got an album with Future coming out. You got an album with Conway coming out. He is the MVP of this decade. He's the best producer of last year. And the fact that the Grammys snubbed him is crazy. A great another great album I was not expecting. I'm not a 2 Chainz fan. Don't care for him, but he sounds fire on this album. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved Larry June back from the Orange Print album. Loved it. He has a flawless discography as well, and a lot of the joints on here, bro. Like they were killing it. Definitely love the album. The production was great. I feel like Larry June and 2 Chainz they work well together. And when you got joints like Money and Cannon and trying to pull up the track list thing here. You got Colossal was fire. Bad Choices was a single that was fire. True Organics, Epiphany, just an all around solid album from Alchemist. This man has been on a run from 1999 all the way to now. I've never heard a bad Alchemist album or a bad Alchemist track. He has been on a flawless run from 1999 all the way to now. You can't say that about Primo. You can't say that about Eric Sermon, or definitely not RZA, definitely not Swiss Beats. You know what I'm saying? But Alchemist to me is the best producer of this decade. He's the best producer of 2025, and he should have a Grammy just for that alone. Where we at? Number 6. My number 6 is Evidence from Dilated Peoples, The Unlearning Volume 2. Phenomenal album. Might be his best album of his whole career. I definitely enjoyed this. Again, like salute to Evidence. He's one of those MCs from the West Coast that don't get a lot of mention. Everybody mentions Kendrick and The Game. Evidence is better than them both lyrically. Both lyrically. And he's becoming a great producer on his own. I love the joints on different phases. He got Larry June on a track called Future Memories. Great song. Out of Bounds was fire. His new single, Top Seated, phenomenal. Rain Every Season with Alchemist, a great collab. The whole album was fire. I love Volume 1, but I think Volume 2 was better. And we gotta start mentioning Evidence more in conversation when it comes to not only one of the best producers, but upcoming beat makers as well. And coming from Dilated Peoples, and if people know them from like the platform, that's where Alchemist really started that run with on their first album all the way to now. And Alchemist has been on every project from Evidence since then. Cats and Dogs was great. The Weatherman, whether or not one of his best solo albums, but this album is right up there with Whether or Not, and I love it. I think Evidence is always been a great MC that needs more recognition, and I'm gonna be right there to mention him more in conversation when we have these discussions.
Okay. All right. Top five. Okay, so my number 5 comes from De La Soul with that Cabin in the Sky. Bittersweet album, very somber. Well, not somber, but like in light of the death of Dub that happened like in 2023. They actually got like unreleased vocals from him and stuff like that too to finish up the album. This was released like 9 years after Any Anonymous Nobody. Very dope album and shit like that. I love songs like Will Be. Just How It Is was very good. Different World, Run It Back with Nas again. Day in the Sun, Getting With You, and everything like that too. I definitely feel like this album definitely was one of the strongest albums hip hop wise that came out this year. Number 4, I got Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist with that Alfredo 2. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very good album as well too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs, man, he's just another consistent cat right now and shit like that. Songs like fucking Skinny Strip 2 Feeling with Larry June, Lemon Pepper Steppers was dope. You know what I'm saying? Definitely fuck with this album. 1995 was very dope too and shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, check out the review Try and I did of this one as well. All right, now the top 3. Number 3 is Nas and Primo with that Light Years. So this has been arguably the most anticipated album of the year and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This album has been talked about for years, years. I can't even tell how many years though, but
Like 30
yeah,
years. 30 years, bro.
literally 30 years.
Yeah, it's since Illmatic. We've been talking about having a Nas and Primo album since then.
Mm. Well, this is a moment in hip hop that we will never forget. Um, I know there's a lot of fans that say, "Oh, this album is not good." I don't know what the fuck they're hearing and shit
Yeah,
like that. I get it. The hit and run of Nas was very dope, but this might be some of Primo's best production in years
facts,
and shit like that. This year, he definitely stepped his game up this year and
facts.
everything. I can't think of a no weak songs from the New York State of Mind 3 to My Story, Your Story to Nasty Esco Nastir and everything like that too. I mean, it's getting to the point I might have to say we might have to do another Nas discography breakdown because
We might have to.
we might
We
have
might have to.
to update a Nas discography
Yeah,
breakdown because damn,
for sure. For sure.
damn, You might have to do that because I was just, 'cause at first I was thinking and some shit like that. You never know. But that's my number three. Now my number two is Mob Deep with Infinite. You know what I'm saying? Again, this was another album that's been highly anticipated and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Prodigy passing away years ago. Rest in peace to Prodigy, one of the best to ever do it and everything. One of the realest cats in my opinion, and everything like that too. Passing away as 2017. Have pretty much did this with Alchemist and everything, and this album sounds so polished. It sounds so fucking good and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when niggas do posthumous albums, like take the Big L album for instance, you can tell that's a posthumous album and stuff like that too. This album, some of the beats feel like it was done like during the murder music, maybe some refined Hell on Earth kind of shit and everything like that too. I don't even throw in HNIC. Like it's just a love letter to the legacy of Mobb Deep. That's the best way to put this album. It's like a love letter to the legacy of Mobb Deep. Like songs like excuse me, Down for You with Nas and Georgia Smith. Even though that one was kind of
Yeah.
I mean, I do. It's still a strong song in its own right. Gunfire, Clear Black Nights with Ray and Ghost, and everything like that too. Read a Real Thing, Easy Bra. I mean, this whole album is a reason why Mobb Deep is like one of the most celebrated acts in hip hop history, in my personal opinion. Now, my number one, you guys should already know what my number one is at this fucking point. You gotta pull out that clips. You gotta pull out that clips. Let God sort them out. And dare I say, this is the best Clips album ever. Dare I say, like better than Lord Willin', better than Hell Hath No Fury. This album is the best Clips album. It's controversial, might be controversial, but I mean, just
They got three solidified classics to me though.
true, true. I know you love Lord Willin' and stuff like
Yeah,
that. It's just
love it.
I just that production I'm just not too keen on. Lyrically is dope, but that production I'm just like nah. But Hell Hath No Fury though. Ooh. But let's talk about this album. This album.
Mhm.
Again, this is another anticipated album and stuff like that. This was a year of anticipation, if you ask me. The year of
Yeah.
anticipation. Chains and Whips, So Be It, Ace Trumpet, FICO, and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You guys should know I got the vinyl version of this album, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm very disappointed with the vinyl version because they took out certain songs out, like the So Be It and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of pissed me off. They took out Tyler's verse on POV and shit like that. If I see it on CD, hopefully if it's on CD, it might be the full thing and stuff like that too. I have to look it up, but I'm still grateful like on the vinyl. I ain't gonna hold you, but still, I'm just like, I hate it when these motherfuckers now, like they drop shit on vinyl, they take out certain songs like streaming only. I'm just like, I don't want to fucking listen to stupid ass streaming sometimes, nigga. What the fuck?
We got to go back to tapes and CDs now.
All right, nigga, like, like
You know what I mean?
it's like CDs might
So
be the most complete thing now and shit. Like, oh, but yeah, that's my number one, man. Clips.
all right, my number 5 is Nas and Primo, Light Years, phenomenal album. We knew how anticipated this album was going to be. I've been saying this since the pandemic that if this album don't hit, we're going to see the backlash. That is exactly what is happening right now. A lot of people don't like it because of Primo's production. And let me tell you, if you've been following Primo from day one, from Gangstar, No More Mr. Nice Guy to now, you will know that Primo has fallen off in the past 7 to 8 years. I've been saying this shit. Okay, like when he was doing, and he wasn't doing a lot of collab albums with people. Okay, he started off doing collab albums with the first two J. Rule albums, and he started working with MOP on Fireman Squad and did stuff for them later on, and you know, but he wasn't doing a lot of collab albums like Pete Rock or Marco Polo or or even Alchemist. But I do feel like he did fall off, and even last year, like the Rock Marcy project was dope, but it wasn't great. I don't like the Ransom project either. I only like 3 songs off of it. It wasn't a great project. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Ransom had his better albums with other people, like with Davies and with Conductor Williams. You know what I mean? But I do feel like Primo found himself on the De La Soul album. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they were doing 2 albums. They were doing one with Pete Rock, one with Primo. And they unfortunately they didn't finish those albums, and they took some of those tracks from those both of those albums and put it on Cabin in the Sky. And I feel like he's found himself on that album and carrying over now to this album. I think the album's phenomenal. And shout out to Nas for being still creative at 50 years old and coming out with songs like Riders, where he's like shouting out different graffiti writers. Graffiti is missing from hip hop of today. That needs to be brought back into hip hop, just like breakdancing. And that was a phenomenal record. They needed to do a video for that. I love pause tapes where he's talking about making the pause tapes back in the day on cassette and to rhyme over the beat. Everybody could relate to that. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you could relate to that. You know what I'm saying? A phenomenal track. I love New York State of Mind Part 3. I know people don't like it, but again, the sample from Billy Joel was used already. In fact, there's a song with Fat Joe, Cameron, and Remy Ma, and they rhymed over that whole Billy Joel sample. It's been used already. Primo is not going to use the same thing that's been done already. I love it. I think it was a great end to the trilogy. If that's going to be like the last one, you know, you got the It's Time where he's talking about time travel. That was fire. Madman is gritty. Love it. Shine Together. Again, when I hear that song, it reminds me of Guru. I feel like Guru could have been on that joint. The whole album is phenomenal. I love it. That's top 5 for me. Number 4, Mobb Deep, Infinite, Alchemist. Again, the MVP of the decade and last year, Alchemist and Havoc. That's all they need to create a classic. That's all you need. Alchemist and Havoc. Great album. Mobb Deep has tons of unreleased stuff. Prodigy, as a solo artist, has tons of unreleased vocals and tracks. And, it still feels like he's still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like the things he was rhyming about on this album, it still feels like he's here with us in the physical. Love the album. Against the World to start off the album. A great first single. Taj Mahal. Great Alchemist beat. Easy, bruh. You got the joint with the clips. Look at me. We needed more. We needed that collab should have happened years ago. Mobb Deep in the clips. We needed that. That was fire. The 2 Down For You joints, the version with Georgia Smith was fire, and the one with her, I like it both. Score Points, My Era, Porter Henny with Nas, Clear Black Nights, a phenomenal Mobb Deep album, one of the best Mobb Deep albums of all time. I'm putting it right up there with the Infamous and Hell on Earth and Murder Music. It was great. My number 3, I gotta go with De La Soul, Cabin in the Sky. One of the best De La Soul albums of all time. Again, and they took their time with it. They didn't rush it out. They were doing other albums. Unfortunately, we lost Trugoy. Rest in peace to him. But to me, the best production on this album is from Pete Rock and Primo. You know what I'm saying? I love those joints that they did. Sunny Storms, produced by Primo. That's one of my favorites. You got You Don't Stop. That was a banger. The Package, produced by Pete Rock. That was the first single. Phenomenal track by Pete. Was the Day in the Sun with Q-Tip and Yummy Bingham. Another single that was a banging. I love it. I love this the last track that they did. The last track is a solo track by Trugoy, Don't Push Me. And just the whole album concept of, when they do the cabin intro and they all in school and you got the actor Giancarlo Esposito playing the school teacher and he's reading off the names in the class, and every artist that's on the album is a part of the classroom. And when they get to Trugoy's name and you don't hear anything, but he's on the album, but he's not on the album. if you know what I mean. He's on the album, but you don't hear him on every song. But you know that he's there. And I love the fact that they created the whole album around that concept. And it was a very emotional and, you know, very different album for them. Like I know it's hard. It got to be hard for any group to do an album with when one of their members isn't there anymore. Like I know it was hard for Havoc to do the Mobb Deep album, and definitely for Positive News to do this album with Maceo. And I feel like if this album had came out earlier last year, it would have been nominated for a Grammy. I definitely feel like this got to be nominated for a Grammy next year. It's that good. I like this better. Even after the last album was okay, this is better than the last album. I'm putting it up there with Balloon Mind State and De La Soul is Dead, 3 Feet High and Rising. It's that good. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to De La Soul. I went to the Mass Appeal event this past week, and this the stuff that they have at that event that's like correlated to the album is just dope. And if you missed it, you missed it. But it was a shout out to Nas and Mass Appeal for doing that. The whole event, it was phenomenal. And this is why Mass Appeal had a great rollout this year, because they had some of the best rap albums like ever, and this is one of them. And you know, salute to everybody that was on the album. Super Dave West. You know, you had even True Goy did some production on this album. Like I said, like you ain't here with us in the physical, but spiritually he's on this album. You had Jake One on here that did Patty Cake. That was fire, and I love it. I think it's a great album. My number 2 is Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Again, the MVP of this decade. I'm going to keep saying it. He is the MVP. There's no producer out right now in no genre that's better than Alchemist. Prove me wrong. He is the best producer of this genre. He is the best producer of this decade. Best producer of 2025. It's not Pharrell. Sorry, I love the Neptunes, but for the fact that the Grammys would consider Pharrell best producer of the year for producing one fucking album that you did by yourself, and you're not even known for doing that because you had Chad and he had a falling out with Chad. One fucking album. He's never done a rap album other than his own by himself. You got lucky doing that by yourself. But to say that he's the best producer over Alchemist is crazy. Okay? Another great album with Alchemist. Okay? Why am I not surprised? You know what I'm saying? Freddie Gibbs. He killed it. I love Alfredo 1. I think Alfredo 2 is better. This was a great album. They definitely was going for the Grammy on this one, even though they got snubbed, and that's another thing. They got snubbed for that album. I would have put them Alfredo 2 in there before Tyler, but that's a whole different story. But Alfredo 2, great album. I love the songs. You got Ensalada with Anderson .Paak, phenomenal. 1995, Lemon Pepper Steppers. You got Larry June also on this album on Feeling. That was banging. Shangri-La. A lot of bangers on this album. JID's on Gold Feet. A classic. I love this album. Again, like Alchemist could do no wrong in my eyes. Love it. Number 1, I gotta go with the Clips. Like, just the fact that this is another anticipated album we've been waiting for. You know, not knowing if Malice was gonna ever come back because he was tired of the industry. He's still in interviews talking about he doesn't like certain things about the industry. But when your brother called, you got to answer that call, and that's what he did. And you know, Pusha was already on a phenomenal run as a solo artist, but his brother come back, and they made a fucking classic album. I hope they win Album of the Year because they truly deserve it. And again, Pharrell, I love the Neptunes. You know it. I love the Neptunes. Lord Willing, classic. Hell Hath No Fury, a classic. But Pharrell, you had Chad for those 2 albums. Okay? And he got lucky and he pulled out a fucking classic out his ass for the Clips last year. But producer of the year? No. Fuck no. Not over Alchemist. I'm sorry. Not over Alchemist. But this is a fucking classic. I love this album. The different joints they had on the album, it was great. Just starting off with like the teaser singles they had. Ace Trumpets was fire, and you know, So Be It, where he called out Travis Scott. It definitely a banging album. FICO with Stove Got Cooks. Love that track. That was banging. Chains and Whips with Kendrick. Phenomenal. POV with Tyler the Creator. Love that track. All Things Considered. You had Ab Live from the Re-Up Gang on Inglorious Bastards, one of my favorite tracks. You know, you got Pharrell on a couple of features on here, and it's, you know, Nas on Chandeliers. He definitely killed that joint. I love the album. I definitely think and the first song, The Birds Don't Sing, where they talk about, you know, the appearance of being deceased, and you got John Legend on that, and that was a great way to start off the album. That easily could have been the last track on the album to close it out, but they started off with that one. Just a great album, and I love the fact that I feel like Malice was the MVP of this album. And I don't usually say Malice was the MVP. It's usually Pusha or it's like both of them, but Malice really outshined Pusha on this album, even on the JID track on a Community from the God Do Like Ugly album. Malice outshined Pusha on that song as well, and he might be the MVP of the year after Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? And it was just great. I definitely want to see them win. I know people don't give a fuck about Grammys, but you know, like growing up in my household, like watching the Grammys, watching the American Music Awards, watching the VMAs, that was an event. And just being a student and a fan, and you know, one of the faces of this genre now. I love to see my favorite artists win. I want to see the Clips win Album of the Year because they truly deserve it. You know, Tyler got his Grammys. He don't need to win shit. I want to see Clips wipe the floor with Kendrick and everybody at the Grammys this year. They truly deserve it. And shout out to them for giving us a masterpiece of an album.
Dope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, I feel like this has been a great year in hip hop and everything.
Oh yeah, for real. You got any honorable mention?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really have a lot of honorable mentions
Okay.
because there's some albums I have not listened to, so I don't want to be just mention shit just to mention shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
What
got
about you?
some. I got Rock Marcy and Primo, The Coldest Profession. I like this project over the Ransom project, but Rock Marcy doesn't disappoint anyway. Like any of his albums from day one has been phenomenal, and any producer he worked with, whether it was Marco Polo or Pete Rock or Muggs, whoever, he's always killed it. So I do like this production. It was a short project. You know, both of those projects with Rock Marcy and Ransom were short, but I like this project. I like the beat selection more on this project than the Ransom one. You know, that was fire. Bronze Nazareth on Apollo Brown, Funeral of a Dream. That was a dope album. You know, Apollo Brown, another great slept on producer from Detroit. He's done many collab albums with different artists. You know, Sky Zoo, Razzcast, you know, Joel Ortiz. This was another dope album. Bernadette Price, Sean Price's wife. She came out with her first album, A Widow's Cry, on Duck
Really?
Down. Yes. And she killed it.
Wow.
And she had a lot of features on there, but I understand why, because I don't think people view her as an MC. Like you're
Send me,
like the wife. Huh?
I didn't mean to cut you. Out. Send me the name of the album. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. You're like the wife of like one of the legends all time. Rest in peace of Sean Price. But she had
Yeah.
an album out. It was dope. There's a lot of features on there though. She has a lot of features with different artists, but I think she held her own. And I want to hear more from her, you know, in the future. But she had a fire album out. Boldy James and Nicholas Craven, Criminally Attached, a
Mm.
fire project. Again, another slept on producer, Nicholas Craven. He's that guy. He done a lot of great stuff with Ransom as well. I love this album with him and Boldy James. It was 10 tracks. It was soulful. It was one of the best Boldy James projects in of his career. And Keisha Plum, the poet from Griselda. She's done a lot of early. You've heard her on like the West Side Gun albums, the Conway stuff. She put out a spoken word album with all gritty, grimy beats. If you love spoken word poetry, mixed with grimy ass beats, like the Derringer type of beats, Alchemist type of beats, you're gonna like this project. It's not getting no promotion, and I don't understand why. Because that's like, she could really be one of the biggest stars on Griselda as a spoken word artist, and they're not even promoting her album. They're promoting the West Side Gun albums, they're promoting everything else, but they're not promoting her. But she has a dope spoken word album. It's called Trouble, and I enjoyed it. And you got West Side Gun, Heels Have Eyes 2, phenomenal album. Part 3 was dope, but I like 2 better. But it's a lot of great artists out, man. I didn't get a chance to hear Chance the Rapper album yet. I didn't get a chance to hear Doja Cat. But the I wanted to put other artists on there that I didn't that surprised me. Like Wale surprised me with his album, phenomenal album. Definitely gonna be bumping that this year. JID with God Do Like Ugly, definitely gonna be bumping that. That album really surprised me. Memphis Bleak, of all of them, because I've never liked none of his albums like that, and he really surprised me with Apartment 3D. I think that's his best album of his career.
Got you, got you. Okay. Some albums I do have to check out too, so definitely. I'm gonna answer a few people because I gotta go soon. Q said, "What is your least favorite album of 2025?" Oh, easy. Lil Wayne, Carter 6, easy.
I didn't even hear it. I'm already overwhelmed.
You're
Didn't even
not,
hear
you're
it.
not, you're not missing nothing. You're not.
Nope.
He had like 2 good songs on that one. Everything else was just
Everything after Carter 3 has been hit or miss for me. So I didn't like Carter 4. Carter 5 was a skip. Don't I'm not even listening to Carter 6.
yeah, man. Who do you like better, The Game or Kendrick? Q asked.
I love Kendrick better. Game is dope. He's solid. He proved that you don't need 50 in G Unit to sell records. But he talked too much. Like just stick to doing the damn music.
Honestly,
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that he's saying on social media has been bad. Like just stick to doing like he came out with a great album last year. Not last year. 2024 with Hit Boy and Hit Boy's dad. That was a phenomenal project. Just stick
I
to
agree.
doing music. I don't know what the fuck you got to say on social media.
Honestly, I'll pick Kendrick, but at the same time, I feel like people should not sleep on Game consistency because
But he hasn't been consistent though. That's the thing. He's had duds.
he had a few duds, but
He
not
had
too
a
many.
few. He had a few duds. Jesus Peace was not a great album. 1992 was not a
Oh
great
no!
album.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You said 1992 was not a good album? Get the nah. 1992 was dope. What you talking about?
It wasn't great. Not like
Nah,
his greatness. His
the Red
greatness is
album,
what documentary, Doctor's Advocate, LAX. That's his great shit.
the Red album, and Jesus Peace. Those are the only albums I don't like from him. Everything
I ain't,
else
I
was
ain't taking that album.
yeah. The Red album, and he said that was supposed
Yeah,
to be his like last album or something.
no. Well, that's
You
what he said
know,
about Born to was it Born to Rap? He said that too. That's his last
he
album.
said that about LAX too.
Yeah. Like stop. If you're gonna retire, then retire and leave it. If you're
every
not, then
album
stay here and
after
make good music.
every album after LAX, or I'm gonna retire. Then he gets all these good reviews and shit. I'm like, nigga, you ain't gonna retire shit,
Well,
motherfucker.
come on, man.
Nah, but I can't believe you don't like 1992. What the fuck?
It was okay. It wasn't great. I don't think it's a great album.
Wow.
No,
I
no.
got that on I got that on
Mhm.
vinyl too. Shit.
Yeah, you got shit on vinyl that I don't like China Doll. I don't like
Hey,
that. So
that was a collector's item.
yeah, is that what it was?
That was a
It should be a
collector's item.
coaster. It should be a coaster for your drink.
I told you, if it's an album I don't like and I see you on vinyl and if the price is good, I'll get it. Because I'm a collector like that. You know? Shit. But I know everyone's talking about ASAP's new joint coming out and stuff like that. I think Try's frozen up. Fuck. Yeah, I think Try's frozen up. But yeah, man. Like I said, this has been a dope year in hip hop and everything like that too. Um, oh, there you are.
My bad.
No, you good.
It should be a coaster for your drink. Just use on the door for your hot meals and shit. I wouldn't even play that.
True. I feel like even last year, collecting wise, I got a lot of albums I never thought I would get, like OC's Word Life album.
Hmm.
I got that on vinyl too.
Yeah, that's good.
Now it's like that expensive.
Yep.
David Bowie, Let's Dance.
Mhm. Yep.
Cause I just got a CD lot, two CD lots. I'm trying to get some extra money to sell some CDs.
Right.
Some of the CDs I got for the CD lot, I'm just like, ooh, I'm just gonna save it till April or May. I'm just like,
Mhm.
ooh,
Yeah.
I might show one or two,
That's your
depending on
one.
how. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, keep. I don't understand. But I'm about to actually get ready to head out pretty soon because I gotta work in the morning. I gotta be up like 5:45, and I gotta cook my breakfast and shit like that too. Um, this has been a fun ass review. Well, fun ass list. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you're right. Rest in peace, Isaiah Whitlock Jr. from The Wire. Rest in peace to him and everything
Shit.
like that. Right.
Shit.
I know you have some announcements you want to make, so I'm gonna let you take over.
Um, I might not do a Stranger Things season 5 finale review because I have a friend that she wants to do it, but she's bullshitting, and my time is money. So get it together. You know what I'm saying? I told him like, yo, like you want to be a content creator, you got to be serious about it. Don't say you want to do it today and then tomorrow you know where to be found. So I might do it and I might not. But Wednesday we will definitely be back. You know what I'm saying? We got a special live stream that we're gonna do with a couple of different people who's gonna be on it, and just stay tuned for that. Um, yeah, we got some special things coming up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Friday night, it's me and the homie Movie Impulse. We got a new podcast, Raw Takes Unfiltered. Friday nights at 9 p.m. Check us out. We got guests coming by. We just did DMX versus Eminem, the first 5 albums from both artists. Check that out. That was great. We just ranking the first 5 albums from DMX and Eminem. Great show that we did. We got a lot of great things coming up. A lot of guests that we plan on bringing that to that platform. You know, check out his YouTube channel, movie AV Impulse, and check out the YouTube channel. We got our own YouTube channel, Raw Takes Unfiltered. And once we get enough subs, we're gonna be going over there full time and doing the live streams from there. But look out for us on that. There's a lot of great shit coming for 2026.
Definitely, definitely. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to finish up the game changing albums and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna drop part 4 maybe Thursday or Friday. I still gotta do some editing on that one and whatnot too. Also, after that's over, I got something for Black History Month as well too. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. Um, yeah, man, got some good shit coming up and everything like that too. You know, I might still pop up on Try's podcast. I know
You'll
me
be
and
there Wednesday. You'll be there Wednesday.
I
We,
know.
we we're gonna do like the live fucking drawing and shit on it.
Question: Are we using Streamy or the EV Mux?
You know,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah.
All right. So, I know me and Mike got something planned and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be on the lookout for that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I'm about to get.
Got
I
for
was
that
about.
too. I forgot about. Oh yeah, Tuesday I'm going live with Mike. We're doing best and worst movies of 2025. Reg, you're welcome to join us. I don't know how many movies you saw last year, but
Shit.
there was some crap and there was some good movies. So we're gonna be doing a rundown of like the best and worst from the last year. So look out for that. I'll be maybe 7 o'clock. I'll go live. 8 o'clock Tuesday night.
Okay. Um, I don't know if I'll be able to make it Tuesday, but I'll definitely support and
All right.
everything like that too. You know what I'm saying?
You can
But
give us your honorable mentions or anything or something.
right.
Give us a list.
But other than that, hope y'all have a very good night. Appreciate this try as usual. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers later. Peace.
Peace.